There will always be an enemy standing in your path. Sometimes that enemy is a person, someone who doubts you, disrespects you, underestimates the fire burning inside you. Other times, that enemy is something invisible: fear, doubt, laziness, or the ghosts of your past failures whispering in your ear. But no matter what shape your enemy takes, one truth remains: you were born to conquer. Understand this: the greatest weapon you have is not your strength, not your talent, not even your intelligence. It's your mindset. Because the enemy only wins if you break from within. The enemy wants you to believe that you're not good enough, that you're too weak, that your past defines you, that your future is already written. But you have something the enemy will never understand: the will to rise. Conquering your enemy doesn't start with revenge. It doesn't start with fighting back in anger. It starts with mastering yourself, your fears, your weaknesses, your excuses. When you become the master of your mind, the enemy loses power. When you refuse to be controlled by fear, the enemy trembles. When you stand tall after every failure, the enemy realizes you cannot be broken. You want to conquer your enemy? Stop being afraid to lose. Because every loss is a lesson. Every setback is fuel. Every scar is proof that you survived what was meant to destroy you. Your enemy feeds off your hesitation. Your enemy thrives when you second-guess yourself. So stop waiting for the right moment. Stop asking for permission to be great. Take what's yours. Your enemy will try to break your spirit, but they cannot break a mind that refuses to quit. They cannot silence a voice that speaks with purpose. They cannot stop a heart that burns with unstoppable belief. Conquer your enemy not with words, not with empty threats, but with action, with discipline, with resilience, with results so undeniable they have no choice but to respect you. The world belongs to those who refuse to bow to their enemies. So rise. Face your fears. Stand in the storm. And remember, no enemy can defeat a soul that's already decided to win. They say every enemy is a reflection of your doubt, a reflection of the weakness you once carried, a reflection of the excuses you used to believe. That's why you must become the enemy's nightmare. Not by being cruel, not by chasing revenge, but by becoming so unshakable, so disciplined, so dangerous in your purpose, that no enemy can touch you without fearing the consequences. You see, most people crumble because they fight battles the wrong way. They fight with emotion. They fight for approval. They fight because they want the world to see them as strong. But true warriors, the ones who conquer enemies again and again, they fight with calm precision. They fight with focus. They fight with a purpose bigger than pride. They know the enemy isn't just out there. The enemy lives within. That voice in your head telling you to quit, that's the enemy. That temptation to cut corners when no one's watching, that's the enemy. That comfort that pulls you back into your old habits, that's the enemy. You conquer your enemy the moment you conquer yourself. Because once you master your mind, once you master your discipline, no outside force can break you. Every morning you wake up and take control of your day, you win. Every time you show up when you don't feel like it, you win. Every time you choose discipline over distraction, you win. And the enemy watches in silence. Because enemies fear those who refuse to fear them back. You want to know the secret to conquering any enemy? It's not about being the loudest. It's not about proving anything to anyone. It's about becoming so unshakably focused on your mission that the enemy realizes they were never your competition to begin with. The only enemy who could ever defeat you was you. And now that version of you is dead and buried. The weak you, gone. The scared you, gone. The excuse-making, approval-seeking, comfort-chasing you, gone. All that's left is the one who rises, the one who endures, the one who cannot be broken. So when the enemy shows up again, because they will, you won't need to scream. You won't need to explain. You'll simply walk through them like they don't exist. Because the moment you decide who you are, the enemy loses all power over you. Conquer your mind. Conquer your fears. Conquer your enemy. That's how you become unstoppable. Now step forward and take the throne that was always meant to be. And understand this: enemies aren't always outside forces. Enemies aren't always the ones who shout your name with hate. Sometimes your greatest enemy is the comfort you crave. Comfort is seductive. It whispers to you, rest now. You've done enough. It tells you you deserve a break. You've worked hard. It wraps you in softness while your dreams are dying in silence. That's the enemy most people never even see. The invisible enemy that lives in your habits, your choices, your addictions. Every time you choose distraction over discipline, the enemy wins around. Every time you betray your own potential for a moment of comfort, the enemy celebrates. But here's what they never tell you. You are not here to live a life of comfort. You are here to build a legacy of power. A life so undeniable that even your enemies are forced to whisper your name with respect. Because true power doesn't come from having enemies. True power comes from being so focused on your mission that you no longer have time to notice them. Enemies thrive on your reaction. They want you angry. They want you defensive. They want you distracted by their words, their gossip, their opinions. But the moment you choose silence and action over reaction, you strip them of every weapon they ever had. You want to conquer your enemy? Don't argue. Don't explain. Outwork them. Outlast them. Outgrow them. While they talk, you build. While they doubt, you train. While they plot, you execute. And soon enough, they'll look up and realize you're no longer on their level. You're not even in the same universe. You left the battlefield they created and built a kingdom they could never enter. That's how you conquer your enemy. Not by becoming like them. Not by playing their game. But by mastering your own on a level they'll never reach. So let them talk. Let them hate. Let them doubt. It doesn't matter. Because kings don't respond to peasants. Lions don't explain themselves to sheep. And warriors let their results speak louder than their enemies ever could. You want to know how this ends? It ends with you standing tall, battle-scarred, but undefeated. It ends with your enemies wondering how you survived, how you thrived, how you became the person they could never break. It ends with you knowing that every storm, every setback, every betrayal only made you stronger. Because true warriors aren't made in comfort. They are forged in fire. They are built through battle. They are crowned through conquest. And now it's your turn. Conquer your mind. Conquer your fears. Conquer your enemies. And take your place among the unstoppable. This is your story. This is your crown. This is your victory. Now step forward and let the world remember your name. Like, comment, and subscribe.